Hey, I wanted to jump on and talk about distress. Distress. D-I-S-T-R-E-S-S. Are you distressed? Let's talk about distress, and let's talk about how we can be free from distress. And we become free by implementing the promises of the Lord over our life. Because as long as we free flowing in life and we don't have like a standard, we don't have a regulator, which is Christ, then we are going to be distressed. Because the main reason why we walk in distress is because we're hoping in our own self and we don't have the answers. So we become stressed. We become de-stressed because we don't know how we're going to do it. But the remedy is we have to put our trust in the Lord and our hope in the hope of our salvation. We have to put our hope in the Lord and trust that He will work it out even when we don't understand what's going on. We have no idea how, where, when, who. We just don't know. But I'll take that word back. Who, because we know who holds our future. And basically, whenever we're hoping in Him, we know that when He does it, it's going to be on time. And we know that why He does it is because everything is working out for the good to them who loves the Lord. And who is, of course, the Lord Himself, and whom He may send to help us. So we have to put the pieces together and know that no matter what the situation is, no matter what it is that is before you, that whenever you hope in the Lord and the hope of your salvation, that everything is going to work out okay. And I hope this sunlight is not distorting this video too much because I can kind of see it, but hopefully we're good. But if not, then pardon me. Yeah, but distress comes whenever we choose to hope in our own self, whenever we choose to hope in our own abilities, because guess what? Those abilities run out. Our abilities have a cap in our own strength. Ability is according to your expertise or your skill level, but guess what? It runs out. Everybody is competent to a certain level. Even the most smartest person is competent, but guess what? Their competence does run out because they do run across things that they are not experienced with, that they are not skilled with. So yeah, let's unpack this word distress and let's get free from it, because there are so many people walking around distressed and don't even know it. Because distress comes whenever you think that you're hoping in the Lord, you think that you're hoping upon the hope, but you're still distressed. And this is the test. If you're distressed, then you're not hoping upon the Lord. If you are feeling anxious, if you are feeling distressed, then you are not hoping upon the Lord, and you need to recalibrate your thoughts. Because whenever you're stressed, fear, there's going to be that fear, there's going to be that torment. So whenever you are stressed or de-stressed, then you are definitely going to feel it in your emotions. When you are stressed, you are definitely going to feel it in your emotions. So let's work on putting our hope where our hope needs to be, and that's in Christ. That's in Christ. No matter what the situation is, He has promised you, He has promised us that He is a very present help in time of trouble. He has promised us that He will deliver. He has promised us that He would never leave us nor forsake us. So those are the things that we need to hope upon. Those are the things that we need to keep our sights set on and not depend on our own self. And I'm talking to myself too, because I have been distressed. I have been distressed and didn't even know. I thought I was hoping in the Lord. But whenever it all came down to it, guess what? I wasn't truly putting my hope in him. I wasn't truly putting my trust in him. Now, I was trusting him to an extent, but the stress and the distress in my body and the anxiousness and everything and the fear, the underlying fear was, key. It was proof. The proof is in the pudding. The proof was in my flesh, okay? The proof was in the pudding that I didn't have all my trust in him, because whenever you trust in something, then you are like totally confident of that thing, in that thing. If a child, as parents, your children have a natural trust in you. They trust that what you say you are going to do. The Lord made it like that. You are their overseer. You are their guardian. You are their parent. So they have like a trust in you. If you say we're eating at 6 o'clock, then guess what? They believe that they're eating at 6 o'clock. They're not wavering. Now, if it's been like instances where they don't have food, or they don't eat or whatever, they may begin to waver in that. But for the most part, they are going to believe in what you say. And if it's been cases where they didn't have food, the more you say what you say, and then food appears, then that inability to trust you is going to become strong again. They're going to be able to trust you again because what you are saying is coming to pass. And with the Father, what he says comes to pass. It may not come when you want it, but it is on time. And some things may not come that you ask for because it's not good for you. The same way, if a child asks a parent to give them candy at 9 o'clock at night, they're going to say no. But they may let them eat it at 2 p.m. to the next day, or around noon for a snack. But if it's something that they want to eat that may be tampered with in the package or whatever, the parent may say no, because the parent can foresee the danger in that predicament. The child may not understand it. The child may be like, why? But the parent is going to say, because I said so, A lot of times, and sometimes, you may explain where the package is open, but the kid still may say, but why? It's not gone. The donut is still in there. But that's whenever you have to be like more stern and be like, because I said so. Or be like, you better go on. I said no. You have to like establish those boundaries, but you have to realize that the Father does us the same way. He foresees the danger in stuff that we don't see. And sometimes he says no, or sometimes he doesn't give it to you because it's not good for you. Now, you can go out and get it yourself if you want to, but that's where the distress is going to come in at. That's where you're going to be stressed, because you're trying to make it happen within your own exertion. You're trying to make it happen within your own exertion. So yeah, y'all, the stress is like very subtle, but it's very powerful in making you feel stuck and making you feel tormented within your mind, within your will, within your emotions. So you have to watch out for that silent stressor called distress. You have to look out for that and pay attention to your body, pay attention to your actions. If you begin to walk in something, or you're doing something and your body is obviously stressing out or going into a crisis mode, then you have to pay attention to what's going on, because a lot of times our bodies will begin to tell us stuff before we even recognize it with our minds. We may begin to heat up, or we may begin to whatever our body does, we may begin to flee. We may begin to want to fight. We may begin to do whatever we're going to do as a defense mechanism, because our body is telling us that there is something that needs to be addressed with that situation. So yeah, y'all, let's pay attention to that silent stressor called distress, because it is a tormentor. It is a tormentor, and you will be tormented even though you don't feel the dis-ease at first, but you will begin to be tormented. So yeah, they're beginning to slow down up here above me, and I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to cut this video off now and pay attention to what I need to do. And I hope everybody is doing well, and we will talk again soon. And pay attention to that distress. Get it off of you. Get it off of you. All right. Thank you.